Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to a real weather forecast. Today is October 24th, and that means we have 1 week till spooky season. Hope everybody got their pumpkins, their 10-foot tall skeletons, their decorations. Hunker down those big decorations, because it's going to be quite windy this week, as we have a big old high pressure system forming along the northeast. Now, GFS right here even shows it. You can see big old high pressure right here. Tammy over here. Isobars are close. Big winds coming in from the ocean. Big winds coming from the ocean means high surf, rip currents, big old waves, 6 foot or more, 7, and even I think they peak out by looks like Thursday. You can see some 10, 9 footers, some breakers probably about 7. That's some beach erosion, rip currents. So if you get in the water, I would be very careful, or head to the west coast, 1 foot. Now the winds coming in 21 knots Thursday. Here's tomorrow. So 20, 25 knot winds and gusts even up to 30. Some wind gusts. So yeah, it could be pretty gusty out there. Looks like the peak winds will probably be like Wednesday night to Thursday. Maybe they relax a little bit this weekend, but it looks like even just South Florida pretty windy down there. So that's the main weather story for us here in Florida is just heavy winds coming from the Atlantic, maybe some random pop-up showers coming in from the coast, but really not seeing too much rain in the forecast. Maybe like a trace, half an inch of rain for 7 days of not really much rain. But beyond 7 days, might see some sneaky disturbances coming from, but that's too far out to tell. And if you're wondering what all this out here, that's just a frontal boundary plus the leftovers of Hurricane Norma that may landfall in the Baja, merging together, causing quite a bit of rain out there, especially for Oklahoma and Texas, which they definitely need the rain. They're in pretty hefty drought, so that'll help a little bit. But of course, if you have too much coming at once with the dry soil, then that can cause some problems like flash flooding. And all right, so go back to Tammy. So here's Tammy right now, hurricane, 75 miles per hour, so just out of hurricane. Right now it's moving northeast as it's going around a high pressure system. But if you notice that turns because the high pressure system that's giving us the heavy winds this week, pretty much just block it from exiting. At least that's what most models show. Now, take it with a grain of salt because the model's been back and forth with it. There's so much spread. Like like if it does come back to the west, looks like it'll weaken significantly as there's a lot of shear with it because model's been showing upper level high right here. You get westerly shear blowing the cloud tops off the center, which you do not want if you want a storm to develop and maintain its strength. Now a lot of models have been showing Bermuda in the path or just south of it. As you can see, here's the GFS. This takes it, kind of just stalls it out just south of Bermuda, which is interesting. While the Euro pretty much keeps it just to the east, but it also doesn't go out far enough. So looking at high pressure here might just kind of stall out also. Now the icon has been kind of like keep it a trend where it wants to keep it going, tugging toward the west, but also very, very weak. Now if you showing perspective, here's the Euro members, very big spread. You got a nice section right here heading to Florida, but as a very, very low end tropical storm, even just a depression. While the other side goes this way, keeps it fairly strong, like a mid end tropical storm. Huge spread. It's been like that all past couple days. Even the GFS just, I don't even know what is going on here. GFS does show more out here, but still shows some right here, which is interesting. Now, even if it does head toward us, it'd probably be very weak. Just enhanced moisture, which we do need the rain a little bit. It's been a wet year, but the past 2 weeks been pretty dry. No, I'm not really expecting too much from Tammy, but you never know. This season's been very interesting. Also, we got another system down there, 20 tropical depression 21 that just formed yesterday. Did not last long because it was running out of time to develop. Made landfall earlier this morning, so they're gonna get lots of rain down there in Nicaragua. Some gusty winds, since they have terrain, mudslides, maybe some localized flooding in some areas. It might be not a hurricane, but even tropical depressions can bring lots of rain. Now, if it did have more time, I would definitely see it becoming a tropical storm very briefly. Alright, so back to the models. Am I expecting any rain at all this week? Only along the coast, especially south of the Cape, with some sprinkles now and then. Now, the GFS has been hinting at some possible development here, as we're still in October, but it's late October. And usually we see development down here in the Caribbean, the Western Caribbean, and we get a frontal boundary come, picks it right up. That's usually what happens. Now, I'll go past a week. Usually it's not a good idea, but see all these lowering heights down here? Big old front right here. It's usually how it goes in October. I can take it out not too far, but yeah, the GFS just likes to pop out hurricanes now and then, but this is weird. Like it's going east. But models have been showing lowering heights down here. Now where it is developed, we don't know. Still a week out, looks like. But if you are looking for some cooler temperatures in Florida, as it's gonna be fairly warm this week, as maybe along the coast so it'll stay slightly cooler since we have those east winds, but overall stay in the low 80s, maybe some mid 80s out here on the west coast since the wind blows across land, heats up. I've seen trends of a pretty fairly strong cold front after Halloween. It looks like Halloween for us it's gonna be pretty warm, unfortunately. And we can see that by the let's see, Climate Prediction Center. If it loads. So here is so here is after Halloween, November 4th to 17th. And it looks like they're showing pretty much warm temperatures. Huh, it's interesting. It is far out, but trends are showing warmer temperatures because El Nino. Now, since it's El Nino, I would expect some better chances of seeing rainfall down here because El Nino years usually bring, yes, much more rain down here for us. And we can see better shots of cold air, but overall it'll probably be warmer since we're going on a more warming trend. Here it is right here. So yes, much more rain because we get storm tracks go along here as the jet stream is much amplified and lower down. So yeah, I think that's all from me for today. So expect windy conditions all week. pretty dry. Maybe someone will get a shower, but most everybody will stay dry, especially away from the coast and on the west side of Florida. And the thing with Tammy, so far we don't know. It's just gonna do whatever it wants. I'll keep you guys updated on how Tammy plays out, but even if it does come over here or get near us, it's gonna be very weak, too much shear, and, and if it doesn't come here, that's good. But if you're going to the beach, be careful. Big waves, rip currents. Any surfers out there, it's not the best surfing. It's more of like choppy surf, but we'll take whatever we get. And the waters are definitely much cooler. As I went to the beach down here in Ponce Inlet, very chilly since we had that strong cold front a couple weeks ago. And the winds trip the water, upwelling, keeps the water chilly. So yep, it's that time of year again. No more warm water unless we're down south. But thanks for tuning in. Remember to like and subscribe for daily updates. And thank you. And keep fishing, everybody. If you guys get a chance, get out there and fish. Unfortunately, not really offshore day, but inshore bites hurts pretty good. Since the waters are cooling down, flounder, pompano, Spanish mackerel will be coming in. The mullet run is still happening, mostly down south, but I've seen lots of mullet here in Daytona, but nothing really eating them except for sharks. So, alright guys, enjoy the rest of your day.